Welcome to my next segment. So, this particular one, I'm going to talk about someone special in my life and someone that I lost today a year ago. And that is my really good friend and really, really good customer named Rhonda. And she was from Oklahoma City. And I met her at one of my estate sales in Norman that she had come to. And at this time, I think she was still working and her husband was still alive. And they used to come to my estate sales all the time. And when you go to estate sales and when you do estate sales for the longest time, a lot of people will come and they'll be regulars every single weekend. So they'll find stuff, they'll get to know your team, get to know you and all that. And they'll come back and they get addicted and they keep on coming back, keep on coming back. And so this happened. And this lady named Rhonda used to come all the time. And eventually we began to know her. And I did estate sales for about 12 years in Oklahoma City metro area, all over the place, including Tulsa. And people would follow me all over the state to come to my estate sales. They were super fun, well priced, well set up, and well advertised. And at the time, we didn't have a lot of people that were doing things live. We didn't have a lot of people that were doing, Facebook Live and could do a tour and you could walk through. Live selling really hadn't taken off yet. And so I got a lot of experience of what I do today. Then back in 2015, 2012 area. And so I was doing that. And when I was doing that, I met Rhonda. Rhonda followed me from estate sales all the way to other businesses. And then she started buying purses from me when I started selling purses on Whatnot. And then on Poshmark. And then she moved to TikTok. And then unfortunately, she passed away today. Yesterday. Or no, today. It would be this evening. She passed away. And so that being said, it's not been the same without her. It's not been as fun without her. I bought out her entire collection. And I just this past week sold the majority of the stock that was hers. It was over 380 items. It took me a year to authenticate all of them, to rehab all of them after she had worn them. Pick the ones that were fake out from the ones that were real, the ones that she bought from, unscrupulous sellers on Poshmark. She spent money on Whatnot. I got to see the tags. They were all unworn for the most part. And if they were real and I could save them, then I sold them. And a lot of them were not real. Unfortunately, I couldn't save them. I had to throw them away. Whatnot and Poshmark and Rhonda, Rhonda got taken advantage of by a lot of people. And a lot of people out here do get to take advantage of, unfortunately, by these unscrupulous sellers. And so she was, I wouldn't say addicted, but a habitual shopper on live shows where she was in an age range where a lot of people get to a situation where they don't have a lot of friends and they are lonely. And how they pass the time? Well, they pass the time gambling and auctioning shit and buying shit that they may not need. Well, that was Rhonda. So Rhonda would buy a bunch of shit that she didn't need, especially after her husband passed. And that's something else that a lot of people will have. I've had a lot of experience with female customers for over the years and years and years. Older female customers that outlive their husbands, which is very common these days. And so if you are a lady, if you are married and you are, younger than your husband, then you probably know it's a good chance that you're probably going to outlive your husband. And if that's the case, then, you've become a prime target of somebody that's on the shopping networks and, you got to find something to pass your time. You need a new blouse, right? Because you got 350 of them at home that you don't wear. And you need a new purse. Well, I've seen that firsthand. That's what estate liquidation and cleaning up after hoarders does to you for about 12 years, is you get to learn the habitual habits of people and how they get old and how they age and how they spend their money. And, what's left over is what the family gets. And sometimes it's a lot less than what they really expect. So anyway, so unfortunately, Rhonda, this is going to be the anniversary of her passing. And I am so happy that I had her as a customer. And I also kept any bags of hers that I had sentimental attachment to that I liked. There will be a segment at some point or another that I do where I go over all the bags that I got from Rhonda and how we picked them out together and how I acquired them. She had a few that I rehabbed from the ground up that she purchased. She has a few that were in her collection that her and I picked together and that I sourced for her. And it's just been really fun, coming and going and seeing, experiences with customers that, they come and they go. A lot of customers in the luxury industry, just like estate sale customers, they only need you when they need you. And sometimes that's just one time. Sometimes it's 3 times a week. Sometimes they call you every fucking day because they want a new bag. And so it depends on how the fiend is fiending at that time. But Rhonda was a wonderful lady, and she supported me in times where no one else would. She trusted me and promoted my business where most people wouldn't. And unfortunately, being in the resale industry, a lot of resellers don't promote other people where they get their sources and where they get their things. And just like, people like to gatekeep. I'm that kind of business that people like to gatekeep. Everybody wants to sit around and watch, but the ones that spend money with me, they don't really spread the word very much because, the friends around them either can't afford the items that I sell or they're not into that kind of shit, right? And I don't know about you, but if you tell everybody your source, the source might not be available for you when you're ready. So I've always in that kind of situation, especially with state liquidation, people don't want to really share your business unless, they need you because they don't want to have to fight you for a good deal when that Saturday or Sunday comes. So, oh, and by the way, while I've got your moment, Rhonda would want me to tell you that there's going to be estate sale content coming back here to my channel. And so if you're a estate sale fiend, if you shop with me for a long while, if you are one of my long-term customers or one of my long-term clients and you like to do estate sales, I have been doing estate sale consultations and I have been doing estate sale content on Instagram. And so those are available. I'll be bringing some here to you in better quality for YouTube. Anyway, I've got some other things that are going to be coming out here soon. This is just kind of a quick little catch up with you. I just had lunch. I just got back from the post office, dropped off some bags. I've dealt with some returns. I had an eBay restriction. Oh my Lord. Yes, an eBay restriction. I am an eBay ambassador, someone that is an eBay partner, and they restricted my account. How dare they? They restricted my account because I sold too much stuff and because apparently, I had too many cancellations. And I don't know about you, but when you buy something and you don't pay for it and it just sits there, I sell on other platforms and I want that shit. I want to list it on somewhere else. You don't get the opportunity just to hold up my fucking item for 4 fucking days. Well, that's where eBay and I disagree. And so they gave me a hand slap because I had some people that didn't pay and I canceled their order. And so they said, look, you can't be doing that no more. We don't like that. That's not the best experience for eBay. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know about you, but again, I sell on other platforms. And so what's good for eBay is not always good for the gander. And I'm the goose, and I would prefer to have the money and getting it where it comes from. And sometimes that's not on eBay. And so eBay is not my number one source of income. Neither is TikTok, folks. So this is the reason why I like to tell y'all exactly how it goes and how it be out here on these streets. Because unfortunately, there's not a lot of people out here telling the truth. And there's also not a lot of people out here that's got experience to be talking the truth. There's a lot of resellers out here be like, oh yeah, I'm a reseller. But all they do is comment on reselling. They don't actually experience the trenches. Okay. So I don't know about you, but if you have not watched this particular little quick little segment, I just released two. One that will be releasing, I think on Friday, October 24th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then I've got another segment that's going to be releasing on Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so I've been batch recording. If you're new, welcome. Hello. Make sure you follow. Follow me on TikTok. My personal profile is Justin the Elliott. That's Justin the Elliott. 2 L's and 2 T's in the last name. There's funny stuff there. There's stupid shit there. There's resellers there. There's rants there. All kinds of stuff like that. So anyway, back to my point of this video is remembering Rhonda. Most people could only aspire to have one customer or a few customers that are the root of their business. Most people out here, they're searching around, looking for leaves and twigs and branches. And that's all you'll ever find is leaves and twigs and branches. They all take from the tree, but they don't make the tree grow. Rhonda was a root. And it only takes a couple roots to make a business and a tree flourish. Because you got all those leaves. And the leaves don't come back, baby. They just looking for a little bit of nourishment and they get the fuck up out of here. Unfortunately, that's how it is. And there's a lot of fucking fickle people in this damn world. So to find a customer that would spend a lifetime with you and go and support you is insane. And I'm so lucky to have a few of those kind of customers in my life because y'all make it worth ticking. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really great day. I hope you found something here fun. And make sure you go and check out my other content. Oh, and by the way, all the links, my eBay finds, all of my affiliate links, all of my website stuff, how to contact me. You can book an hour, no, I think 30 minutes with me. If you'd like to have a consultation or if you want to pick my brain for 30 minutes, assuming you're not fucking crazy. And there's a link down below on how to do that. Okay? Go check out my Linktree.